Wednesday night baseball now. North of the border, we greet you from Rogers Center in Toronto. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays baseball is next. R.A. Dickey is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, in his last start, he didn't even get out of the first inning, but he got awfully lucky. Ended up with a no decision. Gonna have to give him a lot more than one here in this one.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. So we are ready for baseball.
Leading off tonight for the Yankees, center fielder, number 22.
And a cold strike on the game's first pitch as we bring you this one here tonight. EK, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they enter this one off a loss after winning 5 of 7 prior to that.
And in terms of the homestand, they've won 2 and lost 2. So not much to say about that except
oh, wow, what a stop. In time.
Picked him up. Nice play. Oh, that is so smooth over there at first base. The ball's headed for the hole, but he pulls it in at full stretch. And then I thought he'd probably flip it, but he decides to just take it himself, and he wins that race to the bag.
Here's Brett Gardner now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He enters here right at the 290 mark. 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes in this one, Mr. James Kingsley.
Well, Kingsley's a pretty fair umpire. Sometimes a pitcher will get a call in the corners, but he rarely has people barking at him about a strike zone.
Grounded up the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Line drive to left. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Batting third baseman number 13. Alex Rodriguez.
Here you go. Let's check this out in show motion. Well, look at him pick up that front leg, bring it down to get set, and then bang! Right down the left field line. That's a great look there.
Standing in now, Alex Rodriguez, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Runners on the move for second. This is line to left, and Brown won't get there. It's a base hit. Oh, and he botches it. Being waved home now is Gardner, and they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Trying maybe to carry a little of that momentum over from last night. He gets a pitch he can handle right here, and he's going to give his guys an early lead here as that makes the score 1-0 here in the first.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Runner at first here, 1 man out. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Line toward the gap in left center. A screaming base hit here, his first of the night. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
Well, you can say one thing for sure. They are swinging it like they mean it. That's 3 hits already in the first inning, and this one goes for 2 bases. They're having no trouble at all seeing this guy so far.
Here's Carlos Beltran. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
It looked like he was going to try to go the other way with that thing, but a wise idea there to try to hold up.
And a 2-0 knuckleball. Why not? 2-1. Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Now here's the ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. It's a 3-run shot for Carlos Beltran, number 394 career. As the Yankees start to pull away a bit, it's now 4-0.
Wow, he has proven to be a real nuisance in the first 2 games of this series. A home run in last night's ball game, and now another one here.
Brian McCann will stand in, and you see the slow start by the numbers as he's struggling to crack 200 on this new season. Bounced on the ground and right at the shifted infielders. On to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. Steve, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
You got to be swinging at good pitches. Avoid wasting at bats by going out of the strike zone on this guy.
Now to the plate, Greg Bird, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. You know, you start to worry that maybe this already has the makings of a short outing.
And that's not what that man right there wants to hear. He'd hate to have to make a change this early, but he might have to.
In for a strike, it's 1-1.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Pilar. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. But 4 runs score in the inning, 3 coming right here on the 3-run home run. Bottom of the first inning coming up from Rogers Center. It's now a 4-0 New York lead. Luis Severino, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
Troy Tulowitzki comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For Toronto, the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki.
Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, well, they've been playing some pretty good baseball, 5-2 over their last 7.
And they've split the first 4 games on this road trip. So lately, they're in a bit of a holding pattern, but it could be ready to break out right here.
And this one misses to Tulowitzki. It's a ball and a strike. Pitch on the way. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. One and two, here it comes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Beltran moves over. He's got it 1 away. With that, let's take a look at the Blue Jays starting lineup. EK, any thoughts?
Well, I've got an eye on Troy Tulowitzki. He comes into the game sporting a slugging percentage over 600, so expect to see some very hard contact out of him in this one. You don't see guys with numbers like that every day.
Kevin Pillar will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. Gardner going back. A leaping effort there by Gardner, but it'll be in vain. That ball is gone. A home run. A solo shot here to left. Number 196 for his career. As they get on the board, it's 4-1 now.
Oh, and you know what? I think he's going to kick himself out there in left field when he watches the tape replay and realizes just how close he came to robbing this home run. I don't think he quite got the timing down right, because if he had, I think he makes this play. Instead, this is going to sneak over the wall for a home run.
Josh Donaldson will stand in. It comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Well, when you're hitting under 200 for the season, games like yesterday are going to happen on a regular basis.
Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1.
And these guys already have 1 home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. That evens it up, 1-1. One and two as he chases the slider.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Edwin Encarnacion will stand in. Couple of hits in that ball game last night.
Yeah, that was a good one for him, and he needed it because, as you can see, his batting average on the year ain't pretty.
Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Chopped at the plate. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. Jays answer right back with this solo home run. We'll head to the top of the second. The Yankees 4 and the Blue Jays 1. Starlin Castro will stand in now. He homered in the ballgame last night.
Starlin Castro.
Dickey into the windup. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
And you kind of wonder if he's learned anything out there. There's another pitch right down the middle. And I think he's lucky that that one didn't get hit a long way.
And it's quickly 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball one. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line, and they can't run it down. Hit down the third base line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Hot shot to third. Donaldson's there. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Now that we have a chance, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for the Blue Jays. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, over at shortstop in this one, we'll see an arm that you don't see very often. He has a cannon. He's the type of guy, he can kick a ball, boot it, still pick it up, and get the runner at first.
Didi Gregorius will dig in now, and as you can see, he's well over 300 here to start this new campaign. Sends that one out of play for strike one. One out, nobody on. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row. And this one, it was better than the last one.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Martin has a play. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now that'll be a frustrating at-bat for him. He's got to be thinking he let one get away there because, that's a pitch he should have been able to handle.
Jacoby Ellsbury will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
Knuckleball there, but it dances outside. Ball one. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Throw in time, and the side is retired. We'll see the dangerous Jose Bautista when we come back. The Yankees 4 and the Blue Jays 1. And here is Jose Bautista now. He'll get us going here in the bottom half of the second.
Right fielder, Jose Bautista.
A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. Very weakly on the ground. Foul ball, strike 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and the dangerous Bautista is set down on strikes for the first out.
And that changeup's not really a pitch you can sit on with 2 strikes. Because if he gives you that fastball, you'll be an hour late on it. That's a great job of not showing that pitch until he was ready to punch him out.
Into the box, Chris Colabello. As he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. No home runs as of yet, and a couple RBIs. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Lays. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
You think he's gotten over that first inning home run? How about back-to-back strikeouts here to start his half of the second? And that'll help you get through it.
Dominic Brown will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. And he makes good contact there, but this is going to find the stands foul down the right field line. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Chopped foul right at home plate. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Brett Gardner is into the box as we are all set to begin the 3rd.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And he'll just watch this thing to try and get an idea. It's 0-1. pops this one up just beyond the infield on the right side. One away here to begin the third.
Maybe a pitch here that he's trying to do a little too much with. He just can't get on top of it and winds up an easy pop out.
So the leadoff man gone here, and they'll face A-Rod with the bases empty. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 4-1's our score here in inning number 3. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Dickey looks in. Here's the 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Out in front of that one. May have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. A little bouncer. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and standing in the danger is first baseman Mark Teixeira. Starts him out with a good dancing knuckleball for a strike. That pitch count, as you see, already standing at 41.
And you don't need Eric or I to tell you about that. That's way too many this early.
And he lays off for ball 1. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. 2 out, nobody on. Here's a high pop-up. Colabello is there for it. And that's the 3rd out. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, but they lead it 4-1. Russell Martin will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. On the recovery throw is in time to get the out at first. What a heads-up play.
Well, in most cases, once he kicks this thing, it's going to be a sure error. But luckily for him, he's got a diesel tanker headed down the first baseline. So he's able to gather this thing up and still get the out at first.
Now at the plate, Devin Travis. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. A windup and the 0-1.
Nope.
And this is high, a ball and a strike.
Nope. 1-1.
One out, nobody on. And he lays off the pitch down and away. Ball 2. Too high that time, and it's 3-1. On deck, there you see Troy Tulowitzki. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Got him to go after the change there, and that'll run things full 3-2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout. Here comes the payoff pitch. And this is swung on and missed. His 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
This is one of those guys that you can spend all your time in the video room watching what his pitches look like, but until you get out there and see it firsthand, you just have no idea how much his stuff moves around.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
At the plate, Kevin Pillar. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, we'll see how they try to pitch him this time. If he gets another one up there, he may jump the yard again.
First delivery to him on the way. And that's taken high and outside for ball 1. Here it comes, 1-0. In there, 1-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins this duel.
And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Set to deliver on 2-1. Here's a ball hit high in the air and fairly deep toward the right field corner. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Blue Jays held in check. They trail it 4-1. Carlos Beltran start things off here for the Pinstripers. He'll be followed by Brian McCann waiting in the on-deck circle. Dickey gets the sign. First pitch on its way. high and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball one.
And for that guy right there, this is going to be an important inning. He's already given up 4 runs through 3. And you know, they need to get a minimum of 5, hopefully 6 innings out of him. So he needs to show something right here.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. The 1-2 pitch. To short, hit hard. Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the 4th.
And you just get the sense that he's got it on cruise control out there now. Make it 9 in a row he's set down.
Brian McCann will dig in now. The American League's Silver Slugger behind the plate a year ago. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Yeah, that's a good spot to miss against a guy like this. He loves that pitch up in the zone. Most power hitters do, so that's not a bad idea to give him one above the letters.
And a sinker is over that time. It's back to 2-1. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Donaldson on the move. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
Good location there. That pitch was in on the label a bit, so I mean, he really couldn't get extended, and it winds up an easy pop-up.
At the plate, Greg Bird. He flew out in his last at-bat. Into the windup and the pitch. In there at the knees, strike 1.
And I think now you're starting to get the sense that he's put that first inning behind him, and he looks a lot more comfortable out there now.
Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. And here's a ball hit in the air. Here comes Brown. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And he's in there safely. He's got a double.
The batter, number 14, second baseman.
Wow. And how he managed with that swing to wind up with a double is beyond me. Hey, that's baseball.
And now the Blue Jays get a left-hander up and throwing in their bullpen. Here's Starlin Castro. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a little tapper. That winds up foul for the second strike. 4-1 our score as we play inning number 4. Swing and a shot to third. Oh, and he can't reel it in out there. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the third out of the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more on our Wednesday night showcase right after this. Josh Donaldson is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Fastball in there for a called strike. The 0-1 on its way. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
And on 0-2, I'd be shocked to see another fastball in the strike zone.
Filthy changeup that time, but he's able to make contact and he'll get another chance. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Boy, and in the first 2 games of this series, he's already struck out a total of 4 times now. You get to where you just hate taking that walk back to the dugout. I'll tell you, it's a very frustrating feeling.
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
Boy, we're more than halfway through this game, and he's thrown a first pitch strike to 70% of the batters he's faced, so he's pitching very, very well right now.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Line toward the alley in left center. That's his first base hit. Make him 1 for 2 now.
Really slow start here in April. Well, maybe this can help him snap out of it. That's a sharp single there.
Stepping in, Jose Bautista. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Boy, that was a good changeup that got him last time, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to work that off-speed stuff right back into their game plan here.
First offering on its way. Into the seats, 0-1. A 1 pitch on its way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And with some of these guys, it's like they're in an 0-2 count before they even come to the plate.
Chopped weakly to the left. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
Yeah, and the only silver lining to this offensively is that you get that guy up to second base, and now he's in scoring position with 2 outs. But I would doubt seriously that that was his intention.
Chris Colabello is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometime.
Cut fastball inside, ball 1. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors in the game for Toronto. who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
One and two.
And we've seen a lot of that pitch here in the first 4 innings, and it's been real effective for him, and that's another example right there.
Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. One left for Toronto. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. Didi Gregorius will step in now to lead off the inning as his guys look to maybe break the ruts they've been stuck in.
Yeah, and after that first inning, it's been all zeros since. And once he kind of got settled into that groove, he's been a difficult nut to crack.
Now some definite signs of life in that Toronto bullpen. Both a lefty and a right-hander begin to throw. Right there for strike one.
Well, one of the reasons he's not pitching well is because he's only thrown a first pitch strike about 50% of the time. That's not a good enough percentage to get ahead of hitters.
Knuckleball, 1-1. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Pilar giving chase. Makes the play, one away.
Well, he gets you out there, but he's not missing many bats right now. And guys are really putting together some good swings against him so far.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Starts him out with a knuckleball too high, 1-0. Four runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Brown is underneath this one, and that's out number 2.
Up next for the
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Brett Gardner will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
And you know, I think he's had a good approach in each of his first 2 at-bats. He seems to be seeing the ball well and putting some decent swings on it.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Dominic Brown comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the fifth.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
Fouled straight back. Now the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And he struck him out. Good pitch there as he registers his 8th punch out of the ball game.
Not only has he rung up a lot of strikeouts, but he still hasn't walked a batter to this point. So his control has been really, really spot on so far.
Russell Martin now. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Fifth inning here in a 4-1 ball game. Liner towards second, and that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
There's a guy that's locked in at the plate. Even down 0-2, there's no panic in his approach. When you have that positive mindset at the plate, good things are going to happen.
Devin Travis comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
First pitch coming. Here it is. In there. Strike one. Runners on first with one down. And he falls behind 0-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
More often than not, when you're going to throw that changeup 0-2, you don't even want it to be in the strike zone. You're hoping to see a guy go snorkeling for something, but you're going to see right here that this one's right on the corner, and he couldn't do anything with it if he wanted to.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. A runner on first with 2 away. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking for his 10th strikeout.
That's a ball.
Well, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2.
All right, now you eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
Chopped foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Blue Jays held in check. They trail it 4-1. Roberto Ozuna will get the call here as he'll start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 54, Roberto Osuna.
Alex Rodriguez will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play. Sometimes that's half the battle.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And he can't get A-Rod to bite on it. It's 2-0. Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, you don't see 2-0 changeups too often, but if you know a good hitter's going to be sitting fastball, don't give him what he wants.
Takes this the other way to right. Bautista is there, 1 away.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean smoked. But he ends up with nothing, and his average is going to go down.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike 1.
And that's about where he'll sit with that fastball. 93, 94. That's plenty hard enough to blow it by guys when you need to.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. 6th inning. 4-1 is our score. And he missed with the slurve, so it goes to 2-1.
And that pitch is just a little bit easier to lay off when you're opposite-handed up there, because you can see the sweep of that pitch coming all the way in.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. Throw not in time to get him, and how about that? An unlikely infield single.
Boy, that's just one of those fluky plays right there. He gets a late break off the mound because he's concerned about the business end of that bat, and who wouldn't be? And they wind up not being able to get an out on that play.
Carlos Beltran will stand in, and as he does, we'll flash you back to the first inning of the ball game. A 3-run shot had him off and running right out of the gate. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. They'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. smoked on the ground left side. Oh, look at Donaldson. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. The three of us return with more Wednesday night baseball after this. Leading off the inning, Kevin Pillar, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Runs up to bunt here, but he missed it for strike one. For that man right there, just the one run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
And, oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off.
I'll say this. He wasn't going to get his arms extended on that one.
Takes a look at a changeup there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now. For that man right there, you need look back only to his last start to see a performance like the one he's shown here so far.
And well on his way to another great outing. And that's what you get when you mix your speeds and throw a lot of strikes.
And a foul pop behind the plate. McCann should have room. A quick out number 1.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Josh Donaldson stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Here comes the first pitch. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
And a slider runs away from him there, and the count levels at 2-2. Still 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here's a swing, and oh man, way out of here. It's a solo shot off the bat of Josh Donaldson. And the Blue Jays have cut the deficit to 4-2 now.
Well, you figure it's only a matter of time till this guy gets going. That's his first home run here on the season, and you can bet it ain't going to be his last.
Now batting, designated hitter,
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. The tail of the tape on that last home run, 410 feet. And he looks at a changeup in there, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
Just overmatched him there.
One out, nobody on. Hard ground ball. Defense played him perfectly. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Yeah, and about the only drawback you have to having so many strikeouts is that it really runs that pitch count up. You can see on the graphic right here that total's starting to get up there now, so he may be getting just a little bit tired.
Jose Bautista steps in with 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good inning here so far, so we'll see if they can scratch another run across right here.
Here's a swing and a high for the second out.
And he has really handled him tonight on the mound. He got him to swing under that one and pop it up.
Chris Colabello ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
It was a pretty big strikeout, too, because he had a chance to drive in a run, so I'm sure he's going to be thinking about that missed opportunity for a little while.
Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up. That's ball 1. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Two and 1.
A much better approach here at the plate so far. Well, he's not working from behind in the count like he has his first few at-bats.
Two, 1. Here it is. To 2-2 now.
Yeah, that slider's been real good to him all night long. No reason not to ride that as much as he can.
2 out with the man at first. Swing and a line drive, but foul. trying to strike him out for the third time. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Shot towards second. And that'll just sneak past the glove, and it should be a base hit. And they won't even attempt to run on that arm in right. So despite the runner moving on the pitch, it will wind up first and second here.
Yeah, he got a little revenge there. He struck out twice before that, and now he gets him back with a solid base hit.
Dominic Brown strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
Now time is called, and this might be to buy a little time for that reliever to get loose. Good change up there to start him, but it drops a little low for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
Boy, it's one thing for a reliever to come in out of the pen and throw 100 miles an hour for 15 pitches or so. But he's right up there around the century mark now, and he's still throwing hard.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
And a 2-1 slider is looked at for a called strike 2.
Yeah, and even though that's a tough one to get on top of, I think he'd say he got away with one right there. That's in too good a location when the matchup's not in your favor.
To first. Teixeira's got it. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. On to the back third tonight. Stick around on the show. Back here at Rogers Center in Toronto. Yankees leading this one as we get ready to start the 7th. But before we do, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Brian McCann is set to get us started for the late innings of this one. And we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Bounce to the right into the loaded-up infield. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Designated hitter, Greg Bird.
Digging in and looking for more, Greg Bird. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 7th inning here at the ballpark. 4-2 our score. That's wide. 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Got himself a 2-0 fastball there, but he couldn't connect. 2-1.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
The 2-1 on its way. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Bases are empty, one man out. Sinking liner toward left, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Boy, and how he managed to get enough on this swing to get it into the outfield, it's beyond me. I mean, this is pure muscle right here, because that ball is nowhere close to the barrel of the bat.
Here's Starlin Castro, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back. A pause and the 0-2. He takes strike three called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
If you want to see a guy get blown away at the plate, this is just one finger down 3 times in a row. He was just overmatched there.
Here's Didi Gregorius, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. Here's the 0-1. And this is drifting foul back into the stands. And another foul ball. A runner on first with 2 away. Another one sent foul. Here it comes, 0-2. Smoked on the ground up the middle. Oh, he gets a glove on it, knocks it down, and they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
And that's one of those where even if he fields this thing cleanly, he was going to have a tough time squaring those shoulders back up and then throwing all the way across his body. But once it doesn't find the pocket, forget it. It's going to be an infield hit.
Jacoby Ellsbury is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
That hole getting a little deeper now. It's 2-0.
And now at the plate with a 2-0 count, it's not just, hey, this has to be a strike. You've got to look for one pitch in one location and then let it rip.
Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch. He pulls this one into right, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Yanks strand a pair as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Dylan Betances will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Dylan Betances.
Leading off the inning, Russell Martin, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
Low for ball one.
1-0.
And a good heater as he's in there. The chance is set. Here's the 1-1. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1 and 2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Still 1 and 2 as he fouls it away. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
And even with the new pitcher in there, I think you tip your cap a bit to that starter. I mean, he gutted out 6 tough innings, and he's given his guys a good chance at victory if this bullpen can hold the lead.
Devin Travis will dig in. Took a cold 3rd strike his last time.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
He's set. Here it comes.
Ball 1.
Righty against righty as this is taken for a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and coming right off of that strikeout, he's got to be thinking he should be ahead of this next guy. That's a tough way to fall behind.
This one's a strike. It's 1-1. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention. I mean, especially when it's on the inner half.
One out, nobody on. Little chopper back to the mound. Throw on to Teixeira, 2 down.
Wow, showing some sweet athleticism right there, getting off the mound. This is not an easy play, but he gets to it quickly, and then he makes a good, strong throw for the out.
Here's Troy Tulowitzki now, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. And Tulowitzki can't come up with that one as he falls behind. 0-2 now.
Boy, it's been a good, solid inning so far out of the pen. Let's see if he can wrap this one up.
Oh, and 2, here it comes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. They trail it here 4-2. Jesse Chavez will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Jesse Chavez.
Leading off the inning, Brett Gardner, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Out in front of it, strike one. The 0-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Played on the backhand. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
That's a nice backhanded play there at second. You'd like to be able to get in front of this ball if you can, but here he does a nice job of looking it into the glove, and then he makes the throw to first for the out.
Stepping in now, Alex Rodriguez. As this is grounded foul off to the left, it's strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. Oh, can't spot the cutter any better than that. 0-2 now.
One thing you've got to be aware of as a hitter is he's going to give you a bit of a variety up there. He's got 5 pitches, and he's going to use all of them.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. Hit hard to short. And the throw here is going to get him at first. Excellent range there at short, and there are 2 away now.
Boy, that's a nice play up the middle right there, because this ball's hit sharply. But you can see him really stretch out to get it. Then just sort of take a few steps to steady himself, not rushing anything, and then makes that good throw on the first.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira now. Hit sharply toward the right side, and that'll get down for a 2-out single.
Yeah, he's swinging a pretty hot bat here. 3 for 4 now after the base hit, and that wasn't a little bleeder. That ball was smoke.
Here's Carlos Beltran, as he'll take a look at ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Getting late, 4-2 our score as we play the 8th inning. Down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Yankees 4, the Blue Jays 2.
Your attention, please.
So a new pitcher set to take over now, and here he is, the fireballing left-hander Aroldis Chapman. Kevin Pillar. Strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame.
Kevin Pillar.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1.
Yeah, nice to get that call right out of the bullpen.
Chapman's ready. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate and in. Hits a ball and a strike. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
And here's where you don't need to be an RBI guy. You don't need to be a home run guy. You have to be a leadoff guy. Just get on base somehow to give that tying run on deck a shot.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out. And in a 4-2 game, time to check the numbers here. It's our starter comparison as we see how these two performances stack up against one another. Josh Donaldson gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Outfield in the no doubles defense. Now the first pitch. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
100 miles an hour is hard. A high 100, impossible to get on top of.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game.
Well, this is a stroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Edwin Encarnacion now. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. grounder down the line at third. But this will get foul for strike 2. 2 out, nobody on. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Hit hard, but right into the shift. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Blue Jays go down in order, still down by a count of 4-2. Striding in to start the 9th, Brian McCann, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
A high fastball that time in the strike zone and on the outside corner. But that is a dangerous spot to be pitching if you're only throwing in the low 90s.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Hit down the line at first, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
And we'll get a look here at the grip on that last cutter. You can see he holds this thing way over to one side. And the idea is that at the last moment, it'll cut in towards the hitter, just like that one did.
Swisher will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Swisher.
A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Pilar's there. 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman, Starlin Castro.
Starlin Castro stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. And this had home run distance, but it just does hook foul. hit the other way out toward right field. Bautista has it in his tracks, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1-2-3, but they still lead this one 4-2. Andrew Miller is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 48, Andrew Miller.
Leading off the inning, Jose Bautista, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
In there, no balls and a strike.
Getting that first pitch strike is so important against a guy like this. You have to be able to work ahead in the count and not let him dictate the at-bat.
Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. He's got his work cut out for him now.
Ready with the 0-2. Tap foul at home plate. Again, he sends it out of play. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Gardner is there. 1 out.
And up by 2 here in the ninth, he needed to make sure he could keep that leadoff man off base so they don't get the tying run to the plate. That's a huge first out.
Chris Colabello will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it 1 pitch at a time, 1 runner at a time.
Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back. Oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
Nice job there as he gets the first 2 men to face him here. And now they're just 1 out away from picking up the first 2 games of this series.
Dominic Brown makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
That's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a fastball for Miller as he jumps ahead, 0-1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
Here comes the 0-1. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2, so the Blue Jays are down to their final strike now.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
Hit hard toward the right side. And he'll put this one away, and with that, the ball game is over.
Yeah, good job here to finish this one off as he picks up career save number 150 in the process.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And the Yankees were given a big boost tonight by the performance of this man, Carlos Beltran. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, and I think we probably could have given this award to 3 or 4 different people, but you definitely can't overlook his contribution. He really played a great ball game.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Yankees come out on top 4-2. Good night from Toronto.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious Yankees. 4 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the Blue Jays, 2 runs, 7 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at the Rogers Center, 50,516. The Blue Jays thank you for your continued support and remind you to please drive home safely.